Saram to you all dear children. Today again I will be discussing with you the chapter entitled Separation of Substances from Mixtures. It is a continuation of the same chapter. Class 6, Subject Science, Part 6, Chapter 5. Now, today we will be discussing about the separation of substances by using separating funnel method. We will be discussing about the separation of substances of mixtures by using separating funnel method. What is this separating funnel method? First, let us study the activity. Take some water in a glass tumbler. Right? First, let us fill some water in a glass tumbler. Then add some drops of cooking oil to it. Then let us add some drops of cooking oil to it. Stir it well. Let us mix it well. Let us mix both of them together. That is drops of cooking oil, right? Cooking oil and water in the tumbler. Let us mix them well. The cooking oil forms a separate layer on water. The cooking oil forms a separate layer on water. So it does not mix in water. So liquids which do not mix with each other are called immiscible liquids. So the liquids which do not mix with each other are called immiscible liquids. So here from our observation, cooking oil and water are immiscible liquids. Why? Because they do not mix well. Okay. They can be separated using an instrument called separating funnel. Right. Now let us study the experiment in detail. Take a separating funnel and arrange as shown in the figure. I will be taking you through the picture also in the next slide, but now I will explain to you before that. So take a separating funnel and arrange as shown in the figure. So that will be clear to you in the picture. Once you see the picture, pour some water and kerosene into the separating funnel. Stir well means mix well. So pour some water and kerosene together into the funnel. Mix well, mix both of them well, and keep it undisturbed for a few minutes. That means keep the funnel undisturbed for a few minutes. What happens? Water being heavier than kerosene forms the lower layer. Water being heavier than kerosene, because water is heavy, it forms the lower layer. Kerosene being lighter forms the upper layer. Okay, so kerosene, as it is light, it will be the upper layer, it forms the upper layer, and water being heavier than kerosene forms the lower layer. Okay, place a beaker below the separating funnel. Open the tap. Now what we will do is we will open the tap and allow the water to drop by drop into the beaker. So we will open up the tap, water tap, and allow the water drop by drop into the beaker. Then what will happen? Next, what we will be doing is we will close the tap. When all the water runs down, only kerosene remains in the funnel. So when all the water runs down and gets collected in the beaker, only the kerosene remains in the funnel. So immiscible liquids of different density are separated by method of separating funnel. So immiscible liquids of different density are separated by method of separating funnel. So here kerosene, what is our understanding? Kerosene and water are immiscible liquids. Both kerosene and water are immiscible liquids. Now, this experiment which I have explained to you will be clear to you once I explain to you with the help of the following figure. You see, here there is a separating funnel, right? Are you all able to see the separating funnel? Okay. Now, there is a kerosene, right? And below the kerosene is the water, the blue colored one. The blue colored liquid is water. The pink shaded color, the pink shaded ones is the kerosene. There is a stop cock. There is a stop cock to stop the flow of the liquid, that is water. Right. Now, observe the beaker. What is getting collected in the beaker? It is the water that is getting collected in the beaker. Okay. And kerosene, the pink shaded ones, is left in the funnel itself. It will be left in the funnel itself. So kerosene will remain in the funnel, whereas water, which is blue colored as shown in this figure, gets into the beaker. So all the water gets collected in the beaker, leaving the kerosene in the funnel itself. So kerosene and water are immiscible liquids. Is that clear? Okay. Now here is the summary of the whole video. Right? First one, liquids which do not mix with each other are called immiscible liquids. Liquids which do not mix with each other are called immiscible liquids. Second point, heavier liquids settle at the bottom and lighter liquids at the top. So in this experiment, water being heavier settles in the beaker, and kerosene being lighter remains in the funnel. Then immiscible liquids can be separated by using separating funnel method. Now here are a few questions. First question is, what are immiscible liquids? Give examples. What are immiscible liquids? Give examples. Second question, how are immiscible liquids separated? Second question is, how are immiscible liquids separated? Then third question is, explain with a neat diagram experiment showing the separation of immiscible liquids. Okay. Third question is, explain with a neat diagram experiment showing the separation of immiscible liquids. So I want all of you to answer these questions. After all, I have given you just 3 questions. Answer them and bring it to me in my next class.